Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on which time zone you are in the world. But all that matters is that we are united once again for some pretty awesome CS action, Keith, if I say so myself, against AGF versus ESPADA, the team that I said would be definitely a semi-finalist at the minimum. So I think AGF has a pretty hard battle ahead of them right here, Keith. What are your thoughts? I know you were saying it before.
Yeah.
Hit me.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm going to first lay the groundwork and say I was very impressed with AGF in their opening match.
Okay.
Again, I think they had a good opponent in existence. I think that was a pretty good first opening match for them. But now that they're in the 1-0 pool, it's going to get a little more difficult. And I think they drew one of the more difficult teams in their side of things in ESPADA. A team that has been playing a lot of Counter-Strike. Even before lockdown, in lockdown, they play in everything they can, any league, any tournament. They try to make it fit in their schedule. And you can kind of see the result in that, taking wins over Windstrike, Skade, taking a map off Complexity. This team's the real deal. And as much as AGF impressed me, I am skeptical about their chances here.
I think skeptical is the right word, right? Because they're not completely going to get overrun, I don't feel. They are a pretty strong contending team, and this is Overpass, a map that is typically unpredictable, I think is a good word for it, right? We never know which approach the team is going to have, but I think the ninth round is already underway, so we can stop predicting, and we can already see this action unfold. So Mel, kick the show for us, and let's begin this action.
That's what you like to see. Yeah, ESPADA, of course, if you forgot, the roster is Softic, Patsy, Dexter, Dima, Finnegan. Pretty scary roster. A couple familiar names in there. And AGF, if I believe they're Danish, recently lost one of their players to North. Netric, Luki, Shahsan, Tembro, and Dafu. It should be good, Roy. Should be good.
I noticed that AGF is not using Snecker. Is that...
It should be Snecker. Instead, the fill-in is Dafu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is crazy because if I remember correctly in the last match, Snedker kind of popped off.
Yeah, Snedker is actually insane, so that's why I'm a little bit surprised that he's not participating in this, and I wonder why. Although I suspect that it's not going to make a massive difference, to be honest. I just think that ESPADA's roster is just too well constructed, but maybe we're hyping them up too much. We don't really fully know the kind of level that they're at right now. I think we know that they're good, though, and I think we're about to see that. Let's see how it goes. It's going to be AGF just brute forcing their way through the monster pipe. All five in one spot, and it's just absolute mayhem now on the B side as the Glocks overwhelm and destroy the defending players. And that leaves only Patsy, the young gun here for ESPADA. And don't try that on Timbro.
No, you don't. No creeping of the smokes. AGF pick up a pistol, explosive, and now kind of one of the more important rounds of this half. It's kind of now. I'd say there's like 1 to 3 swing rounds every half, and this is one of them. You win pistol, you want to win the next confidently. Every team's going to be forcing after they lose pistol for the most part, unless they have a set plan going into a weird rifle. And if you lose this, not the best look. So pressure's on AGF. ESPADA just going to be playing a bit aggressive towards water and connector. And I like this approach from AGF. Super lax, not wanting to give up any of these fights and rifles early, which is the right move.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely agree. I think punching up, going together, definitely the play against these kind of rounds. And so far, it's going pretty well for AGF. They have been tagged though a little bit. And almost getting tagged down again, but it's going to be Luki just absolutely dismantling them. Sotfik, Patsy, the 2 remaining players. Maybe if I had a single Deagle shot hit there, or maybe an additional scout shot, but I made this round possible. But considering how healthy these remaining players are, I really don't see a chance here for ESPADA.
Yeah, and this is going to be so hard for Sotfik to like hang on to a full execute on 25 HP. He is just going to get out of here. AGF, they do the dirty, Roy, if you will. They pick up the falling round after winning pistol. That's huge. They keep, well, I don't want to say 5 alive because Passy wants to try to change that. They do keep 4 alive as Patsy now has to retreat. But it was one of the back 10s, so they don't even mind losing those players. They're the ones that go for info. They're the ones that hunt. So, AGF, hey, this is the start they wanted to a T, Roy. A capital T, not even a lowercase, a capital T.
Yeah, you know what I'm thinking about right now? The fact that this is probably the cleanest start that we have seen in the last several broadcasts, Keith.
It's kind of sad, actually, more than it is. More than anything else, I guess.
It's just, these rounds have just been so messy and sloppy and just all kinds of crazy. But AGF only losing a single Mac 10 there. That's certainly not going to hurt things too much here as the ESPADA are forced to save once again. And the only things that they have right now, Keith, are the 2 saved guns from the round before. For some reason, Sophic dropped his deagle over to Dexter. And they have double nades, so I think if there is a monster player or some sort of short play that's a little slow, these 2 nades from Pit will definitely come landing. And they're going to go off the information from the player that's boosted behind. So I actually really like this eco setup. It's pretty sick. Now the double nades will come out. That's Timbro taking 1. Unfortunately, the second one isn't as effective. Actually, neither of them were really that effective. But I think AGF now just got a lot of crucial information from that. And they know that at least 4 players are here, considering the nade stack came from Pit. 2 players were boosted behind. And you can see that ESPADA recognizes this. And they're going to reshuffle back to the A side. They're going to go for the A side gamble. But AGF, they're not falling for these gimmicks.
Double juked. Brought him back to A. They had a Mac 10 pushing into B info. Bomb will go down, and there you have it, AGF. They hang on. They look nice. ESPADA should just fully send all these players to try to just deal damage, because once the T side builds money, it takes a bit longer than CT side to get rid of that money. Guns are cheaper, utilities cheaper, and they are going to go for as many kills as they can. Tiambro's going to try to rack up cash. That's a big kill from Patsy, but I think he's dead to Lukey here. No, Patsy, okay. Mac 10's gone. He can't be made, he's not going to be giving us much money away anymore, so that's kind of big.
All right.
Also, you're right. Interesting that Softic threw his deagle over when he was the one with armor.
They probably figured, hey, you know what? We're headshot angle anyway. Just get up there with the deagle. You die. I pick it back up. I can see it. I can see the logic. It's just interesting how it played out. Either way, it's not really going to matter that much, because now we are on to the actual round that we've been waiting for, Keith. The full gun. It's going to be ESPADA picking up the AWP for Dexter, of course, the main opera of the squad. This zoom holder, the big green gun holder, and he's already going to be opening up the round for us here inside the connector as he looks for more above the top of the connector, and he finds himself the second, but he overlooks the third. Timbro is there, and he chops him down and throws a pretty sick Molotov, I must admit.
Well bounced. Dafu, the fill-in. He's going to be able to catch Patsy push long. In the meantime, towards water, it's just messy. And we end in a 2v2, just like that. Dafu has to come back and get the bomb. I'm trying to see who he plays for based on his picture. Let me just enlarge that, and I can tell you. Lindbergh Vikings. And then I love how on his Steam description it says, in brackets, benched by myself. So, I don't know the story there, but he benched himself, Roy, and now he's filling in for AGF. Doesn't sound like a bad deal.
Yeah, this is getting incredibly awkward right now. Dafu's been spotted on the B site. The utility that he's been throwing has drawn attention to himself. He's going to go for the bomb plant. He must hopped out in the time being, and he might catch him off guard right here, and he will. That's the bomb plant. They're eliminated now. And Sotfik, excuse me, that is Sotfik, yeah, sorry, his name is confusing. But it is Sotfik to eliminate Timbro, the support there in that scenario, and the 2 versus 2 is secured. They're going for Dexter's op. Op is secured, bag is secured, and the round is secured. Man, was
Dexter.
that brawly.
Yeah, that was feisty. I'm all for that. Fights towards long, fights in towards connector, and then it comes down to a 2v2 on site. I am game. But we talked about it, how clean the opening rounds were for AGF. Opens them up to pretty much 3 buys in a row. They can buy here, and then if they lose, they'll be on 1900. Ooh, it'll be close.
Yeah, it'll be very close.
But hey, they might justify it depending how close this round is, because ESPADA, again, as we mentioned, CT economy is easier to break. They're closer to the breaking point. And it's just a default for AGF. Get water control. Dafu will flash for them. Just spray monster, spray short. Player passive holding connector. Player passive holding playground. Pretty standard for AGF, but they are going to go for a boost early. Try to work a pick. Doesn't see anything yet, but he's not really fully committed to this boost. I think they're waiting. Chasan going to start to shift over now. No one to be had, though.
I love the patience, though, on this boost, to be honest. He's not really forcing it too hard. He's not really exposing himself more than he needs to. He's kind of just waiting, listening to the rotates, and he's getting some crucial piece of information. But Dima, that is a disgusting angle.
Wow.
And he just absolutely sidelines Chen. Now, it's a 5 versus 4 with 50 seconds left on the clock. The time is not a problem yet, but as soon as they throw that utility, it's going to be a big telltale sign that this is, in fact, a B hit. And with the information that Patsy has right now towards A site, towards Fountain, they're going to have their numbers stacked towards that B site, Keith. And this is going to be a hard hit here for AGF. ESPADA should have a pretty easy time holding this down with 4 players here.
Playing full on retake. Dima's going to get towards short. There's nades raining in. Oh my goodness, those nades find him. Finnegan's nade gets 2. The mollies are keeping them back. There's a flank coming in. AGF are stuck. They're pinned. And they all die at the end of Monster Tunnel. Not a single one of them had a chance to get out. And without a plant, and without getting... how many, they only got 1 kill. None. They got no kills. So they almost can't justify this buy. And they can't.
Yeah, no, they cannot justify this buy. I'm actually surprised that Dafu went for the... I feel like he could have just went AK armor here and just kind of hero AK'd around and buy them a real chance. At least had some sort of firepower so they can keep the economy weak here for ESPADA. But they are going to go for the safer approach. Just the deagles, just the armor on 2 of the players. Of course, the smoke flash available right here. Looky with a nice shot out to Dexter. That's the opera now. And Patsy, he's looking to just grab and go. Hold on to the op, toss the M4 away at the same time, and they're going to look for that gun, and they're not going to find it. So, Patsy, pretty quick on his feet thinking there.
Wow. The fact he can escape, too. Throw the M4 out, grab the op, and escape. Well done. Well played. You're going to be towards APC. He does have Sofik with him, and they're going to slowly creep. His Patsy's picked up op, going to be on point. No flash to be thrown. That's Rick. Gonna take a fight with Sofik. Force him off the head angle. Patsy. Oh, now he's stuck right side tank, and he is gonna be able to escape. They smoke him out. Sofik now calling for the rotates. They're gonna trade out. Gonna flash over, and they're just gonna swing truck with 3 players on the back of flashes and Molly. So Molly the planner. Beautiful headshot from Finnegan. Patsy's getting engaged. TM Bro gets 1, but he's gonna need a couple more. Netrick, the bomb's planted for him. And now it's just him. And there you have it. ESPADA well retaken. They get pistols out of it. AGF get what they both. Honestly, I think both teams, it's kind of like one of those mutual rounds where AGF get the plant and a couple kills. That's fine. Yeah. That's what they wanted. ESPADA get the retake. So it's kind of like one of those mutual agreement rounds.
Yeah, I feel like both teams came out pretty good there. Of course, ESPADA did get around on the board, so that's all good and dandy. But, I mean, considering this was mostly just a 2 deagles in armor for AGF, that's not a bad round at all. I think the big thing, though, is that ESPADA maintains their double AKs and the op, and it's still back up here for Dexter. Now the full buy is out. Nice nade early on to Dafu. That's going to certainly weaken him for the round. Down to 73 HP. And I feel like as soon as you drop below like that 75 health point, you kind of have to play the round a little differently, right? Once you drop below 50 or 30, it's like, okay, now the kind of risks that you would take are pretty much impossible. Patsy's going to be jumping around inside the bathrooms, looking for anything he can, but doesn't really see anything, Keith. So right now there's a big question mark on the A spread. Are there multiple people here? Bada's not quite sure. Now they have Dexter maintaining control and eyes on long A, but he's actually just forfeited that as well. So now they're in complete darkness. No water control, no eyes on Monster, no eyes on showers, or toilet, excuse me. And they don't even have any connector control. So they've gone completely dark in this round. But Dexter will find a pick. I think that was through the smoke or the jump spot. That was insane.
Jeez. ESPADA have woken up. Or is awaken the proper term? Listen, it's never good at Ingalon. No, Patsy swinging off short. He's going to get 3 in towards bathrooms. The one-man wrecking machine shuts it down. The sub's the last one standing. He's going to get cut down. Patsy, man, he wants all the fights, and he got some perfect timing on it.
You know what I love about his play is he literally just stayed put, didn't move, didn't budge. I don't even think he moved his mouse for like 20 seconds. And he's like, you know what? I'm tired of this. And he just full swung that angle. Just absolutely destroyed them, Keith. Literally no chance to fight back against that wide swing. And just demolishes them in toilets. Now AGF are looking up the pace here a little bit. A bit of a different pace. Just quickly down towards toilets. To the connector. Dexter is spotting several players. He's lingering around. It might be problematic. But passing here for the support. And he's good for 2. And then AK is down in a spot that is relatively difficult to recover. So as long as they're holding the cross down, it should end well. But hold that thought. Dexter, he's still alive. And I feel like he is the pillar of this round. If he falls here without a single... Ooh, now this is where it gets a little tough. Timbro has it up. He's looking to reposition. Oh, he spots him. He wants to go for that.
Oh, gives the door. Leaves it open for Finnegan. Netrix towards long. Does Finnegan expect this? It's a little bit of an off angle. Finnegan has to clear truck. He knows it's planted dice. Not even going to consider. And there you have it, AGF. Keep it close. 4 rounds already on their T side. It started with a clean start where they've strung 3 rounds together. And, ooh. They're hitting the magic numbers.
Of all rounds, right? Of all rounds you're going to lose is the half buy for AGF. That's a little unfortunate. But credit to Netric in that 2v1. The cross along, that is so hard to predict, to be honest. The boost here for Dima. Netric's already looking for that, though. That's incredible awareness. And Chen follows up on the second one. Finnegan, he falls as well. And it's down to the 4 versus 3 now as the B-site defenses have crumbled. Keith, Thought Fake, Patsy, Dexter. They're trying to recover the round. And unless they get something going here early, might not end well for them. Yeah, they're already out of here, Keith. They're going for the save. And AGF, they continue to combat. They're not giving up just yet. They're not slowing down. They're going to keep the pressure up, even if they've lost a couple rounds in a row. I like that, Keith.
Yeah, no, they're showing a fight. And the biggest thing I think I'm noticing from them is they're no longer getting baited into, like, just full spread defaults and taking those 1v1s and losing them as they were a little while ago, where ESPADA was able to string 4 rounds together. They're sticking together and taking one part of the map typically as a unit. And if they do a passive default, it's so passive, like one player all the way back playground, one player holding all the way back monster. It's no risk defaults. So they're playing super buddy system and just executing on ESPADA, and it's working right now. But may I also say, Patsy 13-5. I'd want to go to the other side too. I don't think I'd want to go towards A anymore.
I think the one thing that I would like to see from ESPADA here is a sort of adjustment, right? Like, okay, yeah, you've had some successful rounds holding down the sites, but you're giving up map control too early, I feel. Right? You're going long, and then you're just falling off, and I think this is the round where they make the adjustment. They got Patsy here, getting flashbanged out. Patsy looks away at the worst possible timing. Now, luckily, Dexter's still towards long. He will find the trade, but he's immediately removed by Chen. Sopfix now, it's his turn out of the toilets. The element of surprise is there for him for the first kill, but not quite for the second, as Chen keeps the pressure up. He's going to hold down the rotate here, inside connector. And this is full control amidst the chaos.
Wow. Finnegan gets caught looking. Dima's out of there. 6 for AGF. And that's just, again, they're sticking to numbers. They're sticking to grouping up and just out-trading ESPADA right now. And that was a bit of a change from ESPADA. They went for fountain control. They went for the long push. Just a little off-tempo and caught off guard as AGF explode up connector, take it towards the A site. And yeah, they can hunt. If they find Dima, this is going to suck.
Consolation. It's actually insane how much the momentum has swung back into AGF's favor. Look at their economy now. Netrix at 10k. Chen still has a buy, still has an 8k, and Armor is at 8.8k. Incredible. Now, this could be a sweeping half here for AGF, and if it is, I worry for ESPADA, Keith. I feel like the style that AGF is approaching the map with right now, just this raw aggression, kind of almost like a mob mentality in some ways, right? Like you fight one, you're not fighting less than 2 or 3 at least. It's catching ESPADA off guard, and they're willing to trespass on what is considered enemy territory, right? Like they're willing to push into bank on the post plant when they know that there's only one player there. They're willing to just catch these ESPADA players off guard and out of their comfort zone, I feel. And ESPADA isn't ready for it. They're just not mentally prepared for that kind of style.
Where's the change gonna come? I imagine once the op comes back out in Dexter's hands, maybe then they can go for that aggressive pick and kind of support him. Because last time he had it, he was able to get 2 kills pretty much on his own. So I think supporting him and letting him go for his aggressive goals is probably the move, Roy. Can't happen here, though, sadly.
Yeah. I wonder what Demon's going to be up to with that M4, Keith. I feel like that's really the only chance that they have in the round. Set Demo up somewhere. Where is the question? It's an M4, not an op, Keith. You have rainbow nades on Demo, so they can go for some control. AGF. Long tactical pause here for ESPADA, and I wonder if they are thinking, you know what? Let's literally just keep doing what we've been doing, because they haven't found a solution to it. Now they're going to get early players out towards the A site. The 2 players are headed towards long, looking to gain control of obviously the biggest part of the map. And an important part of the map. And I think Patsy just spotted them run around the corner. He's going to fall back to site. Now Dima is pushing into water with his teammates. That's where the M4 is. Oh, actually, they're going for the boost. There's no one there. That's really unfortunate.
Dexter, though, might be greeted with a couple players. He's pushing close bathrooms. Oh, does spot them. Just misses the first shot. Patsy will fall on the round. Will probably do the same. Again, AGF just super safe at the beginning of the round, not giving any chances for opening picks, grouping together with a majority and bomb, and just working it together. It's the same mentality into rifle rounds as they have here. And 7 on the T side. That's pretty much already won over what they would have expected. 5-6 is kind of gold. 7 seems like icing on the cake, and the more they get, ooh, scarier it will look.
I mean, yeah, 7 rounds is already like beyond average T-half on overpass now in the current meta. I mean, anything beyond this is like an over, really. Now, I want to see what ESPADA's adjustment is right now, because if they're actually paying attention to the enemy default, they must recognize that they're either sending 2 players early con or 3 players early con. But that means that A site only has 3 players max going in that direction. So they can either fight the one side with 3 players, or even 4 players would work just fine. Or just send, you know, do the typical, the kind of the cookie cutter approach right now that everyone is doing, right? They send players connector, blow open the door, set up the crossfire between water and connector, just cut off the split potential. They're looking to punish the pacing a little bit early, but these double smokes force the players from ESPADA back once again into a more predictable approach, into a more predictable position even. Next,
Oh, sorry, Roy. I don't mean to cut you off there. Yeah, no, the molly towards barrel forces team in a weird spot. And they just molly barrel, show presence monster. And ESPADA are all back on site. They have no map control, no info. This map is owned by AGF, and a little bit of an overstepping by Tiembro. I bet he was assuming Dexter would have been the first to rotate. So ESPADA getting lucky, I'd say.
Yeah, so that was all just an early round fake, right? Pull the players on A back completely. Now it's Patsy. I like that. I really like this play right here. Push into bathrooms. They're not going to expect this one. Smoke's going to fade. They're going to see no one here. There it is. Patsy, element of surprise, gets himself one. Netrix eliminated. One of the hard hitters here for AGF in this half. It's going to leave a disjointed AGF. 2 players towards long, 1 player coming back here towards the fountain side, but with only 30 seconds left on the clock, they have to make a decision now and a commitment. Patsy spots one. A nice dink onto Chen, but he gets dink back in the process, but one dink is stronger than the other, Keith. And now the decision has been made. It is in fact going to be the A site. Flashes are going high, but time is running low.
Yeah, they also missed their truck molly. He was supposed to do truck molly. Dexter finds ahead of Lukey, and now this is probably it. 10 seconds, no time. They're gonna have to just, I mean, they have money. I'd rather them just go for damage and die, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, actually. I don't feel like a save is really important here for them. They just go, take out some guns, keep the pressure up on ESPADA. But, alright. Fair play. I guess in some ways this almost secures buys for the rest of the half, so I guess it worked out in some ways here for AGF. But they spot up. They're putting rounds on the board, and the lead is still possible here, right? They win this round. They win the next. If AGF's unable to plant bombs in either of these next 2 rounds, they might have a weaker buy on that final round for the potential lead here for ESPADA. But it is going to be early utility dumped here for AGF as they look to kind of throw off the pacing a little bit. And Chen, Netric, each finding an opener on the B site. The defenses once again crumble. Finnegan, he's stepping back in heaven. He's looking for anything he can from the very tight angle. But if he can't find anything, Keith, they might just save this one once again. And AGF just completely switching up the pace this time around.
Hot damn. Talk about changing of the pace. And ESPADA cannot even look towards this site. I mean, they can, but they look towards it in fear. 8 for AGF, Roy. Not gonna lie, very surprised. ESPADA is certainly my favorite going into this, but hey, team play prevails. As AGF have just been playing a untradeable, kind of in-your-face sort of style once they get to these sites, and typically ESPADA are able to pick you apart in your default with Dexter, but no such luck. And it's kind of too late to compensate. It's already round 14. You've already given up 8 rounds.
I wonder if this is one of those like rare circumstances where like it's kind of T-sided. I feel like ESPADA is going to have a pretty strong offense, all things considered. But so far, AGF is impressing me, Keith. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to hide it. I really like their look at their pacing. It just seems so unpredictable every single round. This time they're just trucking it in all the way through Monster. But this time Finnegan's in the heavens and he's going to find Lukey. And he's looking for more. They have some smokes available here. Netrix still going for that fight though. That's cheeky, angling him out quite well there. But 5 versus 4. Utility fully available here for ESPADA. Kits are available as well, so they can take their time. And you can see Dima's on the flank. And Patsy's on connector as well. And they're starting to suffocate the positions here for AGF. They're the ones that are available.
Dima flashes for the connector player. Doesn't work. Patsy will fall. Dima getting lucky. The fence eats the headshot. Tiembro loses that one. As now AGF are going to push forward into Dexter. He's going to shut them down to the pistol. Picks up the AK. Dafu's close and time's too low. They timed themselves out. The utility from AGF locked them out, Roy.
That forward positioning too, that was so awkward for ESPADA to deal with. That's kind of the problem with having double flank, is that you have no real way to push forward. And if they're suffocating the control, if they're using all their utility on that, it can get pretty problematic like we just saw, Keith. But now it's a 9-5. AGF potentially staring down the barrel of a double-digit finish here on the T side. A solid performance, Keith, I must admit. Dexter's looking for any opener he can, but the shot's not quite there.
Wow. Call me impressed, Troy. They've out-adapted ESPADA. They have shown plenty of defaults and large understanding of the map. And their switch up in pacing, seemingly catching ESPADA off guard. A good trade early. The heavy hitter in Patsy's gone. The molly, beautifully timed, actually. And the nades, the utility from ESPADA is what's getting them the kills this round. A dunk nade in long, a molly towards Sands. And just like that, it's Chen and Netric. And it goes without saying, ESPADA really, really, really need this round. Why do I have the feeling Netric's about to outpeak Degster, though? Oh, he jiggles it perfectly, and he does get the kill. Roy, that is just absolutely filthy.
You gotta love that. But look how awkward this round is now. The bomb's all the way towards long. They're in a bit of a complete split. ESPADA is shoulder to shoulder, at least in connector side, but... And...
Did Chen clear out B? I think he did, didn't he?
Yeah, he came through the B side, so he just doesn't have graffiti control, or I guess, like, bottom of pit. Chen's in this position now, holding for Finnegan, who walks straight into his crosshair, and that's going to be passage now for Netric to transition onto site, uncontested. The bomb will get planted in the default position, and Dima's heard on the flank, and Chen just absolutely demolishes him as soon as he lands. Now you can see Sophic sees the shadow here. That player on default, but it'll be Netric with a nice little swing to close off the round, and AGF 10-5 finish here. Look at the score. Like
that's crazy.
It feels like ESPADA's fragging better, but AGF has 10 rounds on the board, Keith.
Yeah, that's so weird. Like sometimes you look at like top levels at the end of like a BO3, and the winning team won the last 2 maps, but they're all in the red and their HLT rating's lower, but they still won the map. I think that's just a tribute to them winning clutches. They might be getting out fragged, but they're winning the odd man situations, and they're just getting rounds on the board purely based on the timing in which they do it. We've seen ESPADA have to save more times than none, and winning a 2v4 to end the half, that is just a kick in the family jewels, Roy. Never feels good.
Yeah, I can attest to that. Patsy's going to be holding down this aggression, but there's so many players here, and this is once again just unconventional play style approach here for AGF, sending 3 walking inside the connector. And eliminated some of the control. A little bit greedy there for Netric to continue pushing forward, and Dima, Finnegan will each catch 1. Dexter as well follows up, and this round is crumbling completely. It's all down to Timbro, gushed earlier in the round, down to 7 HP. Virtually no chance here for a beat. And ESPADA answer back in the first round possible. I like that. It's a pretty important round for them to pick up. Now, I wonder if AGF will buy here, Keith. This is one of those rounds. Chen picks up the scout, and that pretty much forces the decision. Everyone's bought up as well. The Eagles, a little bit of utility. Timbro with the nade double flashes. I think he's likely saving for the op in the first gun round.
Well, Chen, ooh, okay. Able to pick up Finnegan. He's going to try to escape towards long. Sophic doesn't want to let him. He knows they have him trapped. And they want to make sure he's dead to rights. That nade should hurt. And 1 damage. And Degster going to be a little overwhelmed here. Players coming up connector. He's weak. Finnegan. 1 bullet even through the wall would take care of him. And Netric, this is kind of a big push at a well-timed pace. Tiembro may get timing here. He will. And I think now Netric's lost his timing here. There's actually a player going to be holding him for a second. Now he comes up. 1. The second player's weak. Can he push up and find Degster? Oh, I thought it was going to happen. Now this just should be cleaned up. 3 alive from ESPADA. Not gorgeous, not perfect. But hey, you know what? It is what it is.
Yeah, that was quite the ugly beast. I'm not going to lie, Keith. That was such a sloppy round. I feel like ESPADA was just 1 kill away from being derailed there on that round, right? They're just so split. And just completely forfeiting control early on and inside connector. Really kind of, it hurts. It hurts. But they finished the round up. They closed it off, and that's all that matters. It's going to be another bonus here for them as they look to convert this round and potentially get their economy rolling. However, AGF, they have some gimmick in mind, and I think it's just going to be the flat-out fountain. Oh, no, it's a toilet stack. Okay, I like this. I'm a big fan of this setup, actually. They got Netchik with the flash all the way in the back. You can either flash towards party or flash towards long A. I call this a lot too, Keith. I like this strat.
Oh. He's gonna get hunted. At least Sophic gets one for his troubles. Even if Chen does get the smack 10, doesn't matter. Should be put down by Dexter at range here. Not a doubt. The bomb now is gonna follow those B players in. Very, 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 very cautious from a spot up. Dexter maybe throwing caution to the wind, but he's confident with his AK, and rightfully so. Maybe. Ooh. There we go. I was going to say, that kind of sucks, but Patsy's there, recovers. Dima should start hauling it to get the AK. And maybe Finnegan gets to it? No, Finnegan, he got the pistol instead. He didn't even get the pistol.
No way.
I think there might have been a little...
He had more than
a little
enough
bit of
time.
Mistakes in the comms there.
He probably did one of those, yo, it's behind you. And then as he's turning around, he's like, wait, which behind me? The not behind me or the earlier behind me? You know what I mean? The classic. To your left, but I keep turning. Which left? Now Dexter, or excuse me, Spada looking off the pace. Dexter's going to be leading the charge with the AWP. Just shotguns around open. Eliminates Dafu completely. Now Nedric's going for the jump spot. If he goes for it again, he's going to get his head blown off by Dexter. Yeah, he's rethinking it, but... Oh, wait, he's holding for the boost. Wait, is he this... Does he have this much foresight? And still loses.
That is such a big brain, but that's so unfortunate. Like, who holds that with an op, Roy?
Wow, that is incredible foresight from Dexter, but wow, that battle was terrible.
I guess the issue with that is you miss your shot, you're dead. No matter what, so. Unlucky. Espada now look to group. They bring it back to A. The op of Tiembro is going to be here. Finnegan has retrieved Dexter's op. And AGF's getting a bit of control towards Monster. They're going to be pushing and clearing this out, knowing that it's clear. They can cheat a player, but this little bit of utility is going to keep them honest. Tiembro spots this out. Has a molly to deny the plant, but now he's out of a position where he can't even throw it. Smoke towards jump up. Sophic will plant. Molly's just off the mark. And it all comes down to the retake.
Oh. A little missed shot from Finnegan might have just cost him a lot in the round. A 1-for-1 trade. Not too shabby. Now it's Lucky and Timbro flooding out of the CT spawn. Sophic hears both players. Puts Finnegan and Sophic in a pretty uncomfortable scenario because the smoke just landed on the bomb. And it's going to allow Timbro to get on top of the site if he wants to. And look for that kill. Himself completely. That's going to be Sophic going down. It's all down to a wounded Finnegan. He knows where the bomb is planted, but it's a little bit off the mark. And it's going to be Lukey just swinging for it. And AGF, they hold on, Keith. They put around on the board in the first gun round here. 11-8, extending their lead. Now, luckily for Espada, they still have some money left over here, Keith. So it's not a problem on that end, but they're banked. It's run thin here, Keith.
Yeah, beautifully done on the retake. They maintain a smoke. And whenever you have a smoke and a retake on a site, honestly, whenever you ever smoke in most situations on a retake, it helps so much. And that's an example. Also, I didn't know you can throw a nade through the bush. Maybe that was just ping, Roy. But Chen's nade just, like, morphed through the bush. And I guess that was probably just ping that was throwing me off.
No, you can throw through the side of the bush, not the not the main side, but like the side of from where like
it does look like it's getting eaten though. It does look like it just gets eaten.
It gets gobbled for sure. Now this is such a weird pace here for Espada because they're all the way up toilets. He's hearing players jumping around long, so they know that if there is a player, he's gonna be towards fallen position. He lands a shot, but it's not fatal. They're gonna have to back out. They've been spotted. Their gimmick is up. Now they have to formulate a real plan on how they're going to approach this. I think they know that there is a player here. They heard people jumping around. Typically, this means that one player has been left behind the crossfire setup. Question is, Keith, can they deal with Chen in a clean way? The smoke to block off crossfire, but that flashbang is absolutely beautifully timed right there. And Chen finds 2 off that. Timbro to follow up with 1 as well, and a second, and it's all come crumbling down. A beautiful mid-round adjustment there from AGF, making it work on the fly. And Dexter trying to hold on to his op, but he will not, as Loki eliminates him. And now AGF find themselves at not only 12, but an eco round bonus here as well. The potential 13th on the board, which means that if they secure the next gun round, Keith, if there's no bomb plant for ESPADA, it's most likely going to be match point for free, up to the 15th at least.
Wow. These guys are sleeper picks, Roy. They seem to be having one hell of a game. Because I'm trying to remember what they played against Existence. It was Overpass as well. So we know they have a good Overpass. ESPADA taking a risk, saying, no, ours is better. And here we are. AGF should be given a freebie here, Roy. And actually, something that's news that just popped up that as this round will get mopped up, that's relevant to Winners League and relevant to one of the teams, actually. Apparently, Chaos is bringing Leaf back, Roy.
Oh, for place of voltage, right?
Yeah.
The classic minus Leaf plus Leaf. Then minus Leaf again, so we can plus him later.
I think they're gonna keep him. I'm telling you, he's the future of NACS. I'm telling you, he is.
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of
nuts.
Nathan. He's really good.
So that's big. And they're going for the boost. Don't tell me Cambro. Oh! I've never seen someone push up with an op through monster. Did they spot the boost, I guess?
How are they so ready for everything? It's actually
I have no idea. Like, imagine you're an op on overpass and you push monster and you clear the boost, Roy.
That is such amazing foresight from AGF. I mean, that's just beautiful play. This is like the kind of early rounding that I love to see, right? Just absolutely dynamic, not rigid, not too structured. Good old teamwork, Keith. Now, with a man down, with 55 seconds left on the clock, ESPADA is being forced into a pretty uncomfortable scenario where if they commit on this A site, Keith, there are 3 defenders here already. Have a nice little triangle setup. That might be difficult to push through. As they keep delaying here, it's going to get more and more problematic. Utility's being dumped out. Finnegan finds the opening kill. The Molotov is going to limit where he can play, and he's going to get pushed out into the open. But Chen is behind the smoke, and he strikes, but he's only good for 1. To that man advantage, it does get equalized here on the side trade.
Oh.
Luki on the flank, whiffing the rifle, but it's down to 2s, Keith. 1 from each side.
Oh, and the molly. How does it find Patsy? It seems like it was gone. And now 15 seconds, Softic has to plant. He's planting backside dice because he knows he'll fight from Luke. He's in. What a headshot from Softic. Bodies him. And Dafu, the man filling in, able to get the kill. 14 for AGF. They hang on. Their rotates are on point. Their anchors are getting kills. ESPADA, it's not without trying because damn, they are.
Oh yeah, they're playing their hearts out. Wow. I love these rounds, Keith. This is the kind of rounds that I love to see. Part of me wishes that ESPADA just kept up the pressure, at least, even if this was like a 10-14 right now, an 11-13. Yeah, these rounds would just be so much more insane. But a comfortable lead here for AGF. Props to them, putting themselves in this pretty favorable scenario. And now they have to deal with although it is a 5 AK buy for ESPADA, it's really limited, Keith. They have a single smoke, a single flash, and a single HE left over in minute 30 on one of the biggest maps in the game.
Ooh, Chen, might want to be careful peeking this because I think Finnegan's taking a little bit of a peek over. That's something you see rarely. I think we talked about it before, where it used to be something more popular, and now you rarely see it. And I think it's one of those things that's it was early days, Overpass meta was boosting and clearing bathrooms this way. It's kind of phased out, and I'm happy it's back, because who's going to be priming that now unless you're just absolutely juiced?
Yeah. I think my biggest concern is that Timbro is just holding onto this flashbang. And he's just waiting for the right time to flash Chen out. It's kind of like the reverse of the other round where he flashed him long. This time it's going to be short. And if he hits that flash, he is going to find himself a double kill. There it is. Flash goes out. He's only good for one, but at the same time, Timbro finds one as well. So it's down to threes as ESPADA has shown their hand. It is the A-side commitment. That trick goes out wide, but not able to find the kill onto Dima. Now an advantageous scenario as the bomb gets planted towards the truck position. Dafu and Luki looking to retake the round. But it seems like Dafu is rerouting. He's going to go all the way back towards long here. I don't think they're going for this, Keith. It doesn't look like they're prancing forward. It looks like they're actually just holding position. Probably looking for exits here.
Ooh, Luki is going to catch one there. And you know what? These exits are huge. These are actually huge. I don't think they have time to run to the site. But if they kill Patsy and they save no guns, that is like super detrimental going forward. Patsy gets the op and he's actually going to get swung on. No. But man, AGF, that's big. It's almost as good as a round win because now you've broken ESPADA's money. Keep in mind they are still going to get 2-round loss, but that's only $2,400.
Yeah.
This round determines how close this game's going to be.
This round's going to determine. Yeah, I completely agree. I think this round's going to do is a do or die for ESPADA, right? They're not going to have enough money for a nice proper purchase in the next round. If the bomb does not get planted, that's in my opinion sure death incoming. But wow, this is starting to shape up to be quite a matchup. You can just tell by ESPADA's difference in pacing and approach here. They're not going aggressive towards connector. They're not going aggressive towards long. They're just waiting. The only thing that concerns me is you're putting the Galil to hold the A push against potential ops and M4s, and it's going to be Timbro just angling out Finnegan perfectly. The time to strike is now. Dima just taps that foot out of the server. A nice proper shot, and that's going to buy him a real shot here. With a minute left, they don't have to full commit here, but they're going to go for it, Keith. There's three defenders.
Forcing. Yeah, 3 members here, and they are forcing it out. Monster, another nice kill from Dima. There's still a player in barrel smoke. He is just big chilling. Waiting for a flash, maybe? Waiting for the smoke to dissipate. One, nothing more. You waited all that time. Chen pushes up. What a shot from Dexter. And Tiembro can't justify going for this. If the heaven wasn't smoked, maybe you could take some pod shots. That'll do it. 10 for ESPADA. They are not going down without a fight.
Bomb has been planted.
Ooh. Ooh-wee. Got ourselves a derby, Keith. Now, the economy here for ESPADA is going to be better. They're going to get the AKs out across the board. They're going to have the utility now. I'd like to see them not send a player to the death, though, on A side with a Galil. I mean, that just seems... If you're going to have a solo player, I would just like him to be like jump spotting, just keeping eyes on the pushes, not really committing to anything hard. It's just not favorable, I mean, the Galil. Like, right? You're going to land a dink, and now you're risking dink back or the op pushing or 2 players swinging on you. It's just not favorable whatsoever to be committed in that position. Now, timeout here for AGF as they look to discuss their options because their money is in a pretty tough position, Keith. They have Luki at 5K. That's an M4 right there, full utility. Netrick is down to a FAMAS, which really leaves Chen and Dafu on MP9s and armor with extra utility if Timbro is one of the players to drop a gun. But I think at this point, their best bet is to just don't buy. Just maybe get Luki up to a M4 armor here. You can still buy in the next round, considering the loss bonus is up to 2,400 now. They'll get another rifle out, perhaps. Gonna play it safe. Okay, I like this. Just keep the economy strong. Get some deagle out. Get the second one out. There it is. I really want to get eyes on Timbro here because I feel like he's really gonna be the key in this round for AGF, if there is a key at all.
Yeah, I wonder what he's gonna do. Is aggression Keyroy? Is what's his spawn like? Ugh. I mean, he's picked monster before, and he's looking that way. So either boost on sandbag to look in towards water tunnel, or in towards monster, I'd imagine, or his choices. And Spada haven't been shy in fighting water, so he may get what he wants.
Here we go. You know what I would like to see from Timbro? Just some raw water aggression. Just go out there, look for the shotgun fight, get into that water pipe, look for the kill onto the outside of monster. That would be sick to see. Now let's get eyes on Timbro Observer, man. I want to see what he's up to, because he's going to be definitive key here, and he's just going to go wide into Dexter's op, and now the op is not recoverable as long as Dexter's in this position, and they're going to try to nade the op away. A massive nade there from Dima. The 400 IQ nade. That op is completely denied, and along with that is any chance of hope here for AGF. A beautiful decision there. You got to love that, Keith. You got to appreciate that one.
That's funny. Just when you think AGF's like, yeah, we're just gonna grab the op, we'll okay, and it's gone. They're trying to find it. Netrik's like, is it here? Where is it? Like, okay,
bro, I think it's down monster.
It is all the way back on Peach Stairs. Good kill from Luki. It's one. It's a consolation. And Espada seemingly have woken up. More specifically, Dexter, 24 kills. He was very, 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 very quiet on their CT side. But on the T side, he's the man getting the kills they need with his op.
I think the best thing for me about Dexter is that all his kills feel impactful. Like, he's almost never getting empty kills, it seems. He's always finding those kills on site. He's always finding kills in the post plant. Like, such crucial kills. And it's going to be Espada here on their a bit of a default. A bit more spread towards the B site. And Dima sprays Netrik down through the wood. Another opener here. And Espada, they're in a bit of a more comfortable scenario now. They have options available. They can fall back. They can set up the fake here. They can head back towards the A site. We can see that Chen is beginning to advance here inside toilets. If they want to head back in that direction, they really got to deal with Chen here.
Seems like they're going to grab the bomb and just back on up as Espada. Demo will stick around. And Espada are going to bring back towards long. I wonder... Nah, Chen won't hear this. Finnegan's on the long side wall. He could run all the way around him.
Patsy's wrapping him. Patsy's wrapping him. It's not even going to matter. It's going to be Sophic just to absolutely destroy him. No chance. And I think with that kill, AGF is just like, all right, if they go A, we're saving. If they come B, we have a real fighting chance. Oh, wait. Oh, he didn't spot that player. That's really awkward. Probably looking at his mini-map.
Damn. Oh, another one from Dima. He nearly gets them all. 3 on the round for Dima. They're going to throw everything they got at Luki. They do not want to let him save this op. He gets the first. Great trade from Sotvic. Oh, I'm getting nervous for AGF, Roy. This is going all the way to the wire.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we wanted right now. Now this is where the round starts to get kind of interesting. Going to be eco here for AGF, of course. Pistols and armor at best if they so choose. If they want full utility and ops. And most likely just upgrade a pistol here. They're going to play it really, really safe. And Espada are staring down the barrel of a potential 13th here on the board, Keith. Only 1 gun round away from a potential lead and potential match point.
Dafu. Here's him throwing nades. They're trying to come in through connector. Beautiful entry from Patsy. Dexter's holding down connector. He may fall, but I don't think Chen has a chance of saving this AWP. They're just going to send everyone they got after them immediately. They are not getting away with this. Oh,
they're just waiting for the upper pressure here. The fact that Chen and his teammate lingered here this long when they could have just potentially just escaped out the connector side is really going to cost them here. Okay, oh, that's... Oh! Oh!
Yo!
Well, luckily, there's no kid in play because they might have had time to just rush the bomb right here, but Sophics like, dude, guys.
Yo, that was...
Chen is not giving that up for free, and it's going to be ESPADA with the round. And the economy at this point, it doesn't even matter, right? Floppy played there for ESPADA, but it doesn't matter. They got enough money for the buys for the rest of this game, I think. And AGF, on the other hand, they came out of that pretty sick. They got an AWP, they got an AK. That secures at least 2 players for the extra gun round if this round is not successful. And if they hold on to 2 guns here, if this round is a loss, then they pretty much have a full buy in the next round. So Netric and Timbro are hot chilling. And they have a pretty good purchase to contest this round. This is it, Keith. The do or die. All of ESPADA's efforts are in this one. Get this round. You're in a good spot. Lose this round, you're in a okay spot. And it's going to be looking for one, fitting in with the other as the remaining players begin to flood over towards the B site.
And Tiembro's going to drop a nade. Damage onto Patsy. And Finnegan immediately comes back to the flank. Chen gets caught off pace, and this lets ESPADA escape. I feel like Chen went a bit too hard in the paint there. His teammates didn't really calm what was happening appropriately, because he should have held up or at least slowed his roll. And Sophics give it a chance to force Tiembro back.
Deep breaths now. AGF's at a complete loss of direction. They're not entirely sure where this is ending. They got 3 players on the A side. Typically, when we see this kind of approach from the CT side, it means that this is a gamble. In the sense that, okay, if they come A, we'll hold our ground. We'll hold it down right here. We'll have a real fighting chance. But if they go B, so be it. We'll forfeit the round. We'll save our weaponry here. We'll save the AK. We'll save the AWP. We'll drop weapons over to our teammates. And there it is. The bomb plant is there. I don't think we'll see AGF attempting this one.
I feel like ESPADA need to send 3 rifles again.
Yeah, I'm seeing that some people in the chat don't think that the hunt in the round before was worth it. But honestly, I would do it again if I was ESPADA. And I'd do it again in this round too. Like I would just keep throwing my money at them. Even if it's a risk. Even if it doesn't pan out. It's still worth it. It's still a risk.
Yeah, because you're still getting the $3,400 for Secures Armor AK. As long as you have $1,000, you're getting a full buy. So yeah, I'd say it's 100% worth it. Especially when your comeback might even just be given to the fact that you're not giving AGF the ops comfortably. You're not giving them utility around their buys. Any pressure they can give, I think, is 100% worth it. But hey, 14-14. Tiembro hangs onto the op. The rifles come into response, full kits, everything else. And I doubt we'll see them save here. I feel like this is going to be a full commit type of round.
Okay. So, same approach for AGF, right? Going early towards Fountain. Tossing over an HE nade, tossing over some of the Molotovs, forcing a little bit of utility to come out from ESPADA's hands to retake round that they think AGF is in. They've retaken Party, they've retaken early Fountain, now they're taking front showers, toilets if you will. They have connected control though. That's a big piece for Patsy. Now Dima is not hearing anything on towards B side either. He knows they're not in water. He knows they're not really taking too aggressive of holds. Actually, I guess he doesn't entirely know they're not water, as he's still kind of looking for it. But they're heavily towards that A site right now. They're going to need some B pressure, though, Keith. Otherwise, 3 defenders will remain here on the A site. Oh, this is going to get dicey, Keith.
Bro, be so
looking
scary.
for the pick here. He's not going to land a shot. He's going to get eliminated instead. Do they expect Chen to be up here? But by the time they do, he catches 2. And it's down to 3s now. As they look to commit onto towards the A bomb site. Netric gives them breathing room. He lets them have the site. He's going to play the 3-on-3 retake.
Bomb has been planted.
Lukey on the flank gets the first. Netric nose truck is clear. Just Dexter remaining. Can he escape to bathroom with his op? He can. He has full utility. He has flashes. Netrix jiggles him out. He's gonna flash him. Smoke on the bomb. Dexter full blind and gone. Dexter, I was expecting more there. Netrix makes it look so easy. 15 for AGF, and all the hard work from ESPADA in this half is pretty much thrown out the window just due to how the first half went. All of those rounds they strung together, all the kills they've gotten, it's all out the window now. It all comes down to just one round.
Is it? Oh man. Solid job from AGF though. Credit to them for playing the pressure correctly, right? Having 3 players on the A site, considering there's really no presence, no pressure at all whatsoever towards them to site. Now they're gonna go for the X Factor boost. An unpredictable play here, as they have not done this yet, and it nets them a free kill. Dima is eliminated. They're gonna fall off that, Keith. They're not gonna risk anything more. They're in a perfect position now. They split the defense into 2-2. Chen eliminates Patsy. Long range with the AK-47. Simbro catches Finnegan towards long, and I think this round is that's it. It is committed unless Dexter and Sophic have something to do about it. But nah, they'll instead be held down by Dafu as they secure the win, 16-14. An upset, in my opinion, Keith. Although we did say this was going to be kind of unpredictable. I think we were both leaning ESPADA on this one. But wow, that was a nice display and a nice surprise from AGF.
I totally was. The first half, you looked at it in AGF, they might have been losing the fragging duels, but they're winning the clutches, they're winning the odd man advantages, they're grinding out the rounds, forcing ESPADA to save. And then all of a sudden you get that second half, and ESPADA, although they strung a lot of rounds together, it felt like AGF were never really pressured in economy-wise. They're allowed to get a couple saves out. They kept the rounds close, and the first half kind of won them the game. But wow, AGF, I'm surprised. They really, if you look at the first half fragging to the second half fragging, they really started making the rounds even close, like even closer than they were frag-wise. And they started fragging out, and it seemed like ESPADA just didn't give themselves enough rounds to work with. But I'm thoroughly impressed with AGF. Overpasses their map. I wouldn't want to play them on that, honestly. That's twice, and they've won them both times.
Yeah, I really like the mid-round adjustments there, actually. Just like the fact that AGF was able to move around on the defense and be unpredictable, right? They have the counter long A play. Their protocols are down, right? The crossfire gets killed by the smoke, the deep long A smoke. Boom, Chen gets pop flash, 2 kills for him. They have the same setup towards toilets, right? They smoked out towards divider. Boom, flash comes out. You know, he's getting 1 kill at least. He's getting information. They're moving the pace around. They're moving the numbers around. They're constantly just being unpredictable. And ESPADA just was not ready for it. And this is typically something that we see from ESPADA, right? This kind of X factor play with Dexter just kind of, you know, playing street CS, kind of going wherever he wants, finding whatever kill he's looking for. But wow, I am impressed. Congratulations to AGF as they now advance to, I believe, the 2-0 pool, if I'm not mistaken. And ESPADA they go to the 1-1 pool. That's not bad. There's still several opportunities for them to continue advancing to playoffs, and that's all that matters, right? As soon as you get playoffs, you're chilling, you're hanging out. But that is all the action that we have for you for the EUCS portion. We will be back later on at 10 p.m. Eastern in 8 hours and 45 minutes for some NA action. So if you're in here right now and you're enjoying the content, please follow our socials: Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We are everywhere, baby. Here to provide you some original content. And of course, check out Win.gg and VBet, our sponsor for the Season 4 of Winners League. But for now, Keith and I are out of here. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you later on for some NACS action.